Hello, and welcome to another episode of. Wait a minute. This is all wrong.
doesn't seem
This
right.
is all wrong. This isn't right. We fooled you. We fooled everyone. This is not an episode of My Singing Monsters Live.
Bamboozled.
Boggled, mind-boggled, if you will. Welcome to the version 3.9.4 showcase. This is something different. This is something new. This isn't a kickoff video. This is a showcase video. How does it differ, you might be wondering? Well, before we get into all of the funny details, let's do some introductions. Hello, everybody, and welcome. My name is Monster Handler Matt, and here on the couch we have...
Monster Handler Ben.
And
Monster Handler Allie.
welcome. I'm so glad that both of you are able to join for
Yes,
today's
thanks.
3.9.4
Yes.
showcase. Ben, the videographer, the documentarian, if you will, of today's Story in the Stars video.
Yes.
What was that like? What was it like, traveling around, interacting? Was it as rewarding as it always is?
Oh, super rewarding. And I
Okay.
hope everyone else out there in the world enjoyed it.
Yes, and I know that in the video there was a particular awesome Celestial Island remix that
Yes.
a ton of folks are already clamoring to hear the full version of, and maybe during a special event in roughly a month's time is when that will be arriving on streaming platforms.
Just maybe.
But in the meantime, you're gonna have to play that
little-
video on repeat
Yeah.
over and over and over.
Exactly.
And Monster Handler Allie, welcome.
Thank you.
You made an excellent entry recently in your video series, the Exploratory
you.
Compendium of Monsterology, taking a look at the VIM room
yes.
in Club Box. Very cool. I think you were
very-
telling me as well that there was another page of notes that you'd created recently, but what
Yeah.
happened to it?
I was so excited to show it. I wrote it down in my sketchbook and I cannot find it for the life of me.
Yeah, it's like gone.
It just
like
poofed.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
There you go. It just.
I
sort of
don't know what
disappeared.
happened.
I wonder when that will make an appearance.
I really hope it shows up. I spent a lot of time on it.
I do too, and you know, hopefully we won't have long to wait before we do sort of figure out exactly where that is. You may notice that all three of us monster handlers are bedecked in our garb, in our Summer Song garb, because we're here just at the end of our 10th ever Summer Song seasonal event on Earth Island. Man, I can't believe it's already been.
Yeah.
It's already the 10th
Yeah.
time around. Pretty wild, pretty wild. I'm wearing this special shirt that is floral and that I think that suits the theme. It sort of reminds me of Monster Handler Charlie's
It
style.
does.
Yes, it
That is
does.
A
very
little bit.
true.
He always rocks something classy and flashy like this. Speaking of Monster Handler Charlie, I think that he has a new entry as well in his Monster Mythos video series that potentially will go into a little bit more of what happened this Summer Song, coming out very, very soon. So keep a close eye for that on our YouTube channel. But what we're doing that's special today, of course, is that we're going to do a deep dive. I've got, you may notice I've got my special little setup here. What is it perched on, you might be wondering? Well, it's My Singing Monsters, the board game. And for those of you who are continuing to wonder where that, we have some exciting updates this week and into the near future, I think. They're finally moving. They're finally leaving their point of
They're going
origin.
somewhere.
They're going somewhere. So we're very excited that hopefully the first several of those are going to be in the hands of our generous Kickstarter backers very, very soon. We put out an update this week on Kickstarter, and hopefully there's some movement on the other ones soon. But in the meantime, it acts as a perfect prop up here so that I don't break my back as we play. Now, of course, we're going to be playing the version on Steam today of My Singing Monsters, version 3.9.4. We've got Monster Handler Jen in the chat. We've got Monster Handler David, who's teching the show, who's going to help make our dreams a reality today. So why don't we transition? We're going to be making use of our proprietary Handler Cam technology to get a window into the monster world and try and figure out exactly what's going on. There we are. Oh, we've shrunk.
Look at us.
It's the opposite of a bigified. We've been smallified there in the corner, but that's fine. Hopefully it gives you a chance to see what's going on a little bit better. All right, let's launch right in. So Version 3.9.4 is now available on your favorite app store of choice. And we'll take a look. Here we go. We're right in on Celestial Island. Now, of course, this is a Celestial Island-centric update, introducing the brand new feature of Celestial Ascension. Something that's very cool, something that I don't mind owning up to the fact that it's something that I have wanted to do for a very long time, ever since Celestial Island was first re-added, well, I guess added for the first time. These characters were added to the cast of characters in My Singing Monsters. They were previously Dawn of Fire exclusives. Now, as of June 2018, they existed in these young forms, these monsterling forms, and now for the first time we're seeing what those stages of a celestial monster's life cycle actually look like. So that's very exciting. Just taking a look around here at my Celestial Island, you may notice that, well, the first thing that you may notice is that I have an absolute abundance of currency up there in the upper right-hand corner.
What you got going on?
Yeah.
Care to explain yourself?
I have to. Yes, you're right.
Are you funding this
I'm not
game
doing
entirely?
anything weird with it. These are the benefits that come with being a monster handler. Ultimate creator Eric and I coined a term for when an account is loaded up like this. It's when you receive Syncopite's blessing. Syncopite's blessing,
that's
because
very nice.
all of those diamonds get loaded in. And of course, for the purposes of today's live stream and our showcase of it, we have loaded up this account with tons and tons of currency, just in case we run into any snags. We've got an out.
Yep.
Yes.
Always advantageous to have tons of currency at your disposal, especially as we finish out August and we go into that most special times of year, anniversary month. Okay, so I've got Scaratar up here on the top,
Perfect.
and I'm just going to collect from this mine. Wait a minute. I'm having some trouble here. Oh, never mind, sorry. This is not a mini mine. This is, in fact, a phony mine, one of our board game tie-in decorations. So apologies, my mistake. Just because it satisfies me so, I'm just going to hit collect all here and just clear off all of the exciting stuff. We've got the Celestials here surrounded by items that may resonate with their individual elemental affiliations, so I thought that was kind of cool. But yes, I've put Scaratar up here on the sort of platform of
spotlight.
Yes, that's a great way to describe it. Monster Handler Alley is a spotlight, and we're going to take a look here at something brand new. Of course, with this update, we're just going to crack open the Book of Monsters page here, the collection page here. There it is.
Wow.
Our new form of Scaratar, the adult Scaratar. Pretty cool.
Do I see along the bottom there? There's young, adult, and elders?
Oh,
What are those?
yes, and much has been made of this in the short few hours that version 3.9.4 has been out. Yes, we are sort of showing our hand here, aren't we? That the forms, the monsterling forms here, are but one of 3 states, life cycles that a celestial can be a part of. The adults, which is part of this Celestial Ascension feature, and then we have elders. Now, using our processes of deduction, we may assume that the forms that we are familiar with from Dawn of Fire actually represent those elder forms, and that on some distant day in the future, the Celestials in their adult forms may ascend once again to this other form.
What a momentous day that will be.
Yeah.
It certainly will be, and I wonder when it'll be. I wonder if it'll be August 2024. We'll have to see in roughly a year's time. And of course, it was important for us to debut this Celestial Ascension feature with the very first Celestial that anybody ever met, all the way back in late July 2016 in Dawn of Fire. The Scaratar, the Celestial Poison. It's also obviously very special for me because, to be sentimental for a quick second, Scaratar is my birth Celestial. I'm an August baby.
Perfect.
I always say that I was almost under Shadowed Glare with Ludwig because I'm on the 31st. There you go. In case you ever want to send me a birthday message, my birthday is August 31st. There you go. But it's obviously an exciting time for me because Scaratar being our first ever is a special thing. Now, let's take a look here at young Scaratar. So you may notice that there's an inventory button here that has appeared on the Celestial of the month, 12 months, 12 Celestials. Part of this Celestial Ascension feature is that they will be available to ascend for the duration of their month. So now that, yes, apologies for those of you who are sticklers for this kind of thing. You don't have one day. You missed August 1st. But we do our releases on Wednesdays, and it was important for us to keep to that schedule. So let's take a quick look open and see what the inventory can tell us here. Okay, so at first glance, some interesting stuff going on here. This is different than the inventory that the juvenile young form of Scaratar had. There's a different cross-section of monsters here to take a look at. I do see the enduring connection here to the Earth element and Earth Island, because here are all of the monsters from Earth Island here, several of them. No noggins. I know a lot of people were freaked out that there was going to be a lot of noggins in these ascended celestials, but no, we've bypassed that, and we've mixed it up a little bit as well.
Now wait a minute. What are those mystery eggs?
I'm very glad you asked, Monster Handler Alley, because these are new to version 3.9.4. What could they possibly be? These are flex eggs. Whenever you have a question about a new feature, I find it's always valuable to take a look at the help menu. This is a paid advertisement for help menus, because a lot of the times when players have information about new features, they can be answered in the help menu. So let's just crack open Scaratar's help menu here, and we'll take a look through.
See what it has to say.
All right. So there's a number of questions here. Just because your question was specifically about flex eggs, Ali, perhaps we'll go a little bit out of order, and we'll read that one first, and we'll take a look and see what it says. Okay. So to answer your question, flex eggs are special eggs in a Celestial's inventory that can be filled by a number of eligible zapped eggs. Which eggs are eligible are indicated by three things: the symbol on the egg, whether it's a rare or an epic, the required element, which appears first in the displayed sigils, and the number of sigils. For example, a flex egg with the rare symbol, the earth element, and 3 sigils can be filled by a rare T-Rox or a rare pummel, among others. I know there was some panic here initially when people cracked open version 3.9.4 and they were going, oh wait, we're gonna have to guess. No, we've given you the option to pick and choose among, I burped, excuse me. I'm too excited. To pick and choose among a selection of rares to be eligible to be zapped inside of its inventory. Now, taking a look back at the inventory here just before we continue with the help menu, if we take a look now, knowing the information that we now know about flex eggs, okay, Ali, what are the requirements for this first of the flex eggs here?
I'm just wondering. There's a bookworm there.
Oh, you're right. There's also
seasonal.
There's also a bookworm in here as well. Okay, we'll come back to flex eggs in a second, because I do want to get into them and get excited about it. But taking a look at the bookworm here, yes, this represents the first legitimate, mind you, time that seasonals have appeared as part of the inventory of a monster. We did have the great Gobbly-Gourd Gob Snafu of 2023. Was it? No, maybe it was 2022. I don't know. These things all bleed together. But this marks the first deliberate inclusion of seasonals inside of these inventory events. And you know what? I have a great idea. Since this monster requires a bookworm, why don't we take a quick jaunt over? I'll take a look and see over to Seasonal Shanty, and we'll see what we can put together. Seasonal Shanty. It's sort of a sad time of year whenever it's not anniversary month, because Jamboree, as the sole permanent resident of the shanty, sort of has to do its own thing for a while. Although I am noticing here that we've got Schmoochel, which is taking a well-deserved rest here on Seasonal Shanty. I wonder if that has anything to do with an upcoming out-of-season availability that they're preparing for as they stop in briefly on Air Island in a couple of weeks during the month of August. Who knows?
But like a bah moment.
Right, maybe kind of a stretch. Bah! You're right. But you may notice that very conveniently here, I have a bookworm here in my nursery, in my breeding structure already. Let's zap that. Wait.
Wait a second.
Yes, the button appears to be grayed out. Let's learn more. Listen up. The special energy signature of the power generator on Seasonal Shanty interferes with the ability to zap eggs from this island. Curse you, energy generator, power generator on Seasonal Shanty. But no, of course, this is a deliberate design decision on the part of the monster handlers. We want you to have to participate and get those seasonals for the various recipes, the inventories of the adult celestials during their respective seasonal events. Now you might be looking and thinking to yourself as we navigate back to Celestial Island, well, wait a minute, Monster Handler Matt, taking a look at this inventory for a quick second. I see a couple of monsters on here that aren't currently available as part of any promotions that are happening right now.
Right.
That's true of Bookworm, that's true of both of these Flex eggs, where this one is a rare double element fairy elemental that you need, and a triple element fire rare. Now, I wonder if at any point in the coming weeks there will be certain promotions that allow for these monsters to become available for this exact purpose. I'm thinking specifically of you, Bookworm, and of course Bookworm made an appearance in our Story of the Story in the Stars video operating. That's a whole other topic of conversation.
She kind of went off doing her own thing.
Yes, and its own thing, Ben. I'll correct the pronoun use there, but that's
its
fine.
own thing.
But I could see why you'd make that, because kind of a Miss Frizzle thing going on, right? You know, there's a.
They went on a nice field trip.
Yes, exactly. All the
perfect.
Celestials were gathered together for a field trip to Club Box. So I'm picking up what you're putting down there. I see where you're coming from. But perhaps Bookworm, as soon as very soon, will be available to buy or breed on its very own seasonal event island. Which island that is? Bah, we couldn't possibly tell you at this point, because that would spoil the surprise.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Wouldn't it?
That would be lame.
And I suspect that you won't have long to wait. Okay, so another change that we made in version 3.9.4 is the display of these inventory screens themselves. You may notice that we have flipped which eggs are shaded and which ones are not. We thought it would be clearer moving forward if the eggs that you still required were lit up as opposed to shaded as they were in previous versions. I'll show you what I mean. We're taking a look here and we'll see, for example, we take a look at Dandy Doo here, and I see that it has 1 of 3 eggs that have already been zapped to it. So let's take a quick jump over to my, let's say, Earth Island, which is beautifully decorated for Summer Song. And we'll zap a couple of eggs. Whoa, all right. Yes, well, don't worry. We're coming back to Earth Island because I took a long time to beautifully decorate this island, and I think it looks very, very nice. But here, I've got a Dandy Doo egg ready to go.
Perfect.
So I will zap that. There we go. Zap to my Celestial. And I will zap a second one just while we're at it, of course. Retry. Add that one there as well. And again, thanks to Syncopite's blessing, we're just gonna blast through this here.
Thank you.
Speed that up and zap it
Let's
once
sit here and wait.
again. Yeah, exactly, for what, 5.5 hours? It's gonna be a long stream, guys.
Yes.
Zap to Celestial, there we go, and we'll add it in. Okay, let's return to Celestial Island and I'll show you the change in action. We'll take a look again at Scaratar's inventory here. By the way, if you're ever wondering how much time is remaining to ascend your Celestial, it's displayed in this handy-dandy countdown timer above the inventory screen.
Convenient.
This varies,
Very.
of course, from the rare Wublin evolution mechanism released earlier this year in version 3.9, because once you unlock its evolutionary potential, you have as much time as you need. This one, it's confined to the month, as we previously mentioned. So if we crack open the inventory here, aha!
Hey.
See, there you go.
Perfect.
So Dandy Doo has been shaded. You still have your counter here that's fully lit, so that you can see. It's fully lit, guys, so that you can see which ones you've already zapped. But this is a quality of life improvement that we thought made sense to introduce here, especially as it relates to Flex eggs, because if they were shaded to begin with, you wouldn't really be able to clearly see what are the requirements of that Flex egg. Okay, cool. So let's return to the help menu and learn a little bit more about Celestial Ascensions. I'm probably going to be repeating a bit of what I've said already, but it bears repeating because, again, I love my help menus, and you should too, because they have lots of helpful information. Okay, how do I ascend a Celestial? You can ascend a revived Celestial to the next stage of its life by zapping eggs to its inventory. After all of the requisite eggs have been zapped, it will require keys to complete its ascension.
okay.
The Celestial will continue to produce currency at all points in this process. So some variation here from the rare Wublin model. There, the evolutionary potential was unlocked at the beginning with keys. Here, it's at the very end that is the action to complete the ascension. And of course, keys, as we learned earlier this year, are actually relics of great power, are these artifacts that contain condensed stardust from the Big Clangor, the inception, the genesis event of the monster world, of course, during which time all the Celestials were birthed. So this is their close connection to the Clangor keys and why they are required. They're very powerful artifacts. How do I know which eggs to zap? This will be old news for many people, but check a revived Celestial's inventory to see which eggs it needs to ascend. Celestials are unique in that they require seasonals and a special type of egg called flex eggs. Often multiples of the same egg will be required. This is indicated by the fraction that appears below the egg. At any time during zapping, you can buy the remaining eggs in exchange for diamonds. Syncopite's blessing, I'm telling you, man, it's a beautiful thing. We've already tackled what are flex eggs, how much time do I have to ascend a Celestial. Each Celestial is only available to ascend during their respective month of the year. Unless all of the necessary eggs are collected and zapped within the time allotted, the eggs will go bad and you'll need to start the process again. However, you'll be compensated for the eggs lost. So there you go. So at the end of August, if you haven't zapped everything in, you're in trouble. But at that point, you can choose to fill with diamonds or be returned for the egg values. So this is one of the other exciting aspects of 3.9.4 that would have taken, I think, folks a little bit to discover. But what currency does a Celestial produce after it's ascended? After ascension is complete, a Celestial will randomly produce either coins, treats, shards, diamonds, or keys. This is the first monster type in the game that actually produces this form of currency as a drop. So this obviously makes it hugely advantageous to ascend, because then you have a key form of revenue coming in, which, as we now know, keys are used for multiple things. They're used for Wublin evolutions, evolutions in the Crucible on Amber Island, and now again here as part of this Celestial Ascension feature. Okay, that's the help menu. We'll take a look there. Now, of course, like I mentioned before, we've got a number of eggs here that are not currently available, but that will be made available over the course of the Celestial's Ascension window, the month of August. But I have a secret. I have a secret. We've been focusing on this particular Scaratar here, but if we scroll down and take a look behind this englobulated thumb,
what is hidden?
Another Scaratar here is there ready to go, and would you believe it, it has all of the requisite eggs that have already been zapped inside. So I'm just going to set it beside its young form here, soon to be young form, because what we're going to do is we're going to take a look here. See, now I have my Ascension button that is on the menu system here. We'll take a look. Would you like to spend 10 keys to complete the ascension of the Celestial?
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. Okay, let's take a look and see. Yes. There we go. It has been unlocked. Let's hit the ascend button. Here we go. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, nice. Here we go. Adult Scaratar.
Nice.
What a beautiful phase of this monster's life. Again, I'm sentimental, I'm biased. I love Scaratar. I think it's a wonderful Celestial. A neat detail that I like about this particular monster is that it has heterochromia. It's got two different colored pupils.
I didn't notice that.
Because its young and its elder forms have two different colors of eyes. So rather than both of them transitioning over the course of its life at the same time, one goes first and then the other later. Isn't that wild?
I didn't notice that, and I worked on the trail.
I know it's one of those you know, blink and you miss it moments. But take a look here. Aha! and we will add it here. Now, of course, we see the silhouette there of adult Ludwig,
Yes.
and it appeared briefly at the end of the Story in the Stars
It did.
trailer, and so people get a sneak peek about what its
Yes.
adult form looks like. I saw, and now I'm gonna, I hope you don't mind, call out some members of the Handler Helper community out there who are
Ruh-roh.
saying, hey, you know, it's in the game files, it's leaked. My friends, it can't be a leak if we show it to you. It's not a leak then. So that's how that works.
Yeah.
Little teachable moment for everybody.
Ahead of the
there.
game.
And that's because, of course, the beginning of Ludwig's period of Ascension availability, September, will align on or around the start of Anniversary Month, and so we wanted to make sure that it was in and stable so that we can focus on some of the other exciting and cool things that we have in store for Anniversary
Nice.
Month later this year. So, just gonna take a quick moment here and see if we can learn anything about this monster. Okay, after absorbing the power of the condensed stardust from the Big Clanger held inside Keys, this Celestial's ascension under the stars of the Poison's Mark constellation is complete. The intermediate stage of a Celestial's life cycle ushers in physical changes, but more importantly, a shift in attitude and perspective. Having outgrown its youthful outlook and appearance, it now turns its attention to the niche interests and habits that make up that most unusual and esoteric of periods, middle age. Middle age. It would be cruel to say that these monsters are undergoing a midlife crisis, especially when, as we know, the life cycle of Celestials is cyclical. Once they ascend all the way through to that elder form, they typically petrify and then are reborn in their young forms, and they've done this countless times over the history of their existence in the monster world. So you don't have to worry. There is life after being an elder, at least in the case of Celestials. I don't want to make any other
They've been through
larger existential comments here. But okay, let's learn about adult Scaratar specifically. No longer forced to lay its trademark instrument on the ground, the Scaratar fastidiously infuses wood with special toxins that transform it into a more ornate version. At this age, the Celestial of Poison is perhaps a little too preoccupied with superficiality being an indicator of quality, and will often fixate on polishing its instrument rather than practicing its arpeggios. So maybe there is a little bit of middle-age crisis going on here, focusing on flashy things as opposed to practicing one skill. So keep with it, Scaratar. Perhaps one day you will learn that it's not the instrument itself that matters, but the skill of the performer.
Yes.
How you play it.
Exactly, exactly. So that's our first of our Celestial Ascended characters in version 3.9.4. Very cool. And I look forward to the day when we can have all three forms of each monster available. And it's also cool because it also represents sort of a snapshot into different periods in My Singing Monsters history. The young Celestials sort of done in this very, very recognizable, distinct art style, and now we have this sort of like transition form as well into a more My Singing Monsters-centric art style. I think it's very cool. I very much look forward to seeing more and more of these Ascended Celestials in the coming months. And Ben, as you remarked to me earlier, what's going to be cool, of course, is that the final Ascended Celestial that we will meet is that de facto leader of the Celestials, Galvana.
Yes.
So that's going to be very exciting. Oh, Scaratar's playing. Another thing, of course, that's cool that comes with these updates to the monster is that there are brand new animations in its adult form as it plays along. I think this is kind of cool. It sort of is giving me a take your kid to work day kind of vibe, which I think is very, very cute. Who knows where those little bugaboos went on Scaratar? Perhaps it bid them adieu and said, I don't need you anymore. I'm a grown up. I'm a grown up now. I have to do adult things. Hopefully not. Hopefully they still visit from time to time. But that's one less thing for us to worry about.
Off-topic thing. Do you think the rest of the Celestials have forgiven Glacier for its little embarrassment
Oh,
in the
yeah,
club.
that's a good
yeah.
point. Let's zoom in on Glacier for a quick second. It obviously looks totally unfazed by the
Yeah.
fact that it pulled out a dance move from several. I mean, I think when it first dabbed in that very first Summer Song video that it appeared in, I believe the dance move at that point was already dépassé.
I think it was
So
already
the fact that
outdated
it's
by then.
resurrecting it here in 2023, yes, I agree. A little bit cringe, a little bit of an embarrassing moment, but nothing can phase Glacier. They're cool
Yeah.
as ice. Cool as ice. Yes, I think the other Celestials have forgiven it.
Well, that's
in
good.
that
At
instance.
least.
Wanted to carry you guys over to the Colossingum for a quick second to show you another new feature in version 3.9.4 that perhaps is going to fly under the radar for the first little bit, but that I wanted to call attention to here. So here's my Colossingum. You can see here that the monsters of Earth Island here are gathered around the Monster Olympic torch for heat. It's summer song, it's that time of year.
They're all
We've got,
dressed up.
exactly, we've got a number of other monsters who are rocking their summer song garb. Not Potbelly, you didn't get the memo
Yeah.
there.
Nope.
But
Wrong
yes,
season,
we've also
Potbelly.
got some of the awesome ethereal costumes from version 3.9.3 in June that they're rocking here on the island as well. Now, I'm going to crack open the battle menu here for a quick second and take a look at quests. Now, I've completed all of these quests already, but time is running out to complete the Fun in the Sun
Yes.
quest. There's only a day and a bit left before your opportunity will be missed, and you'll have to buy the rewards with diamonds. But I've got one more stage to complete here, so why don't I crack it open, make sure that my team is all ready to go. I've got Melina, Zolja, Basil, my awesome strike team here of Earth Island champions. Let's take a look. We'll just quickly finish this off.
Yes.
I will totally obliterate the competition with my awesome team. Here we go. What should we choose? All right. Let's play together. What move should I use? Sandstorm, Hoop and Holler, or Feels Like Summer?
Let's go with the feels like summer.
I like the way you're thinking, Ali, especially since it's its third move and has the greatest power, the greatest strength of move. Whoa!
Wow.
Sorry, adversary opponent Hula there. You're gonna get taken to the cleaners. Let's do Hoop and Holler just to finish it off. See you later. Now, of course, as we've said several times in the past, these musical competitions in the arena are friendly.
Yes.
When they run out of stamina, they're not defeated so much as they are ready for a nice, long, rejuvenating nap.
Everyone's
We'll just
having
keep
fun.
exactly. We'll keep spamming Feels Like Summer here. Okay. Might wanna switch things up
Yeah.
and bring in another opponent, especially since our chorister opponent here is landing a good musical wallop every once in a while. Let's grab Humbug here, which is rocking its Big Fungus costume, one of my favorite costumes and names for costumes as well. And of course, one of the cool parts of this feature from 3.9.3, the previous version, is that when a Celestial uses a move that is shared with its own elements, it will regain a little bit of its stamina. So just to prove that, we'll do Woozy Wing Beat first here against Chorister. Okay,
Wow.
pretty decent, but okay.
Doing better.
Chorister, okay. All right, a little bit of damage taken here. Let's use Big Fungus and regenerate some of that stamina. Nice, all the way back up to full.
Sweet.
And dispatched Chorister there. Okay, I don't mean to be cruel here, DJ Epic Drip Hula, but we're gonna hit you with some Toxic Trait.
Wow.
There you go. Oh, using Sandstorm.
nothing to worry about.
Don't
Yeah.
copyright strike us, YouTube. All right, here we go. Toxic Trait. Maybe this is going to be the finishing move.
I think.
Nice.
is.
Okay,
Nice.
victory. Quest
Woo.
stage is complete. 15 of 15. You've won 5,000 Colossingum XP and some medals as well. Okay, now that that's wrapped up, nice. All stages complete. You've won DJ Epic Drip and a new trophy.
trophy.
Wait a minute. in market. Oh, okay. So new in version 3.9.3, trophies are now no longer going to be claimed from the mailbox. They're going to be held in your inventory in the market under the decorations submenu. So first things first, let me just equip my DJ Epic Drip costume that I just won for Hula. There we go.
Perfect.
Free. Nice. Wear this costume now. Obviously, it's summer song, but let's crack open the market. Take a look here under decorations, and there we go. We've got the Fun in the Sun trophy as well, and a couple of other trophies here that I haven't yet placed from the most recent round of ethereal quests. But for the purposes of today, let's just drop the Fun in the Sun trophy here. Another change, of course, and this is new to version 3.9.4, you can now place your trophies on the Colossingum. This is something you couldn't do before.
Yeah.
It had to be on another island, any other island. And what better place than on Colossingum to rep all of your victories?
But say I wanted to like relocate some of my pre-existing trophies back here.
Oh, that's a good point. What happens to all of the trophies that you have placed on various other islands? Well, I don't mind giving a sneak peek that in a future version of My Singing Monsters, you are going to be able to select a trophy on another island, remove it from that island, it will reappear in the decorations submenu, and then you can navigate to another island and then place it on that island. This should help with decoration. This should help with, you know, celebrating your battle event victories here on the Colossingum specifically. So something that could have potentially flown under the radar there, but something that I wanted to show off as part of the quality of life improvements of 3.9.4. Now, let's hop over to, I know we mentioned earlier that it's the end of Summer Song, so let's go over to Earth Island. It's a thing of beauty, isn't it? All right.
It is.
Shower me with compliments about my island. Let's take a look. First things first, of course, I will, just to clear off some of this, these coin collection stickers, I will use Collect All. A reminder, of course, that if you've got connections like I do, you can use Collect All unlimitedly. This is a feature of being, of making any in-app purchase from the currency menu in the market. It unlocks unlimited Collect All. A pretty good deal.
Yeah.
Among other amazing perks, you don't have third-party ads anymore. You unlock the bonus breeding structure, bonus nursery, maximum mine on Plant Island. Lots of perks. You may notice as well, it is a good deal overall. You may notice as well now, longtime viewers of our channel and longtime handler helpers know that at one point I was a little Bigify averse. It was something that I wasn't always the most keen to adopt in terms of my personal practices. But you may notice that I've made a change here, and that I couldn't help myself but showing off this awesome Into Club costume.
Well, how could you not?
I know,
This
it's so
costume is
cool. It's so
good.
cool. Club box here. Looking absolutely phenomenal. It looks like a whole other monster.
Yeah.
I
It
think.
really
It
does,
really
yeah.
changes the vibe and the aesthetic. I've also collected some monsters around here that have a club-themed apparel. We've got Rockpile Rags here on Chorister. We've got Thumpy Bait Cap. We've also got one of our new costumes as well, one of my favorites, and the first seasonal costume for Clamble, this Merch Mogul costume. You can tell that it's a big fan of DJ Epic here when it's wearing the merch. It's
definitely.
even got a special branded symbol there, and a cap to help protect it from the heat. The heat of Earth Island.
It's still summer. It gets hot.
It's still summer, I agree. You may notice as well that in the spirit of reconciliation, I do have a on my island here, even though, as you know, and I have a bit of a, you know, a complicated
Rivalry.
past. Exactly, rivalry might be one way to describe it. I've caught an epic humbug here standing guard because, of course,
protecting.
exactly, as a fellow interdimensional navigator, I'm hoping that it can prevent from making any unannounced visits here in the human world and pranking me and potentially disparaging me again. But you may notice that I also have my little Fandemonium set up here. I've got the 3
Their
costumes. Time is running out as well. These costumes and quests only come out at a very few times during the year, very infrequently. Make sure to check that out as well. I've also got my wonderful Mailmon Mike costume here equipped for Humbug. Mailman Mike, based on, of course, Mailman Mike. I don't know if we're going to ever see that person again. I don't know if they went into retirement or if we'll ever see them again someday. I don't know. Just thinking out loud here, just pondering. We also have, you may notice I have bigified my dipsters as well, all of which are wearing their awesome Summer Song series costumes. Now, it's nearing the end of Summer Song. We've got a number of awesome promotions that launched today, aligning with version 3.9.4. Let's take a look in the mailbox and perhaps we can go through some of them together. Oh, wait a minute. Look, looks like I've got a little one there on my mailbox. Oh, Summer Song salutations available for 6 more days. Let's see what this is all about. On behalf of all the monster handlers, we hope you're having a safe and happy summer season. Kick back and relax, you've earned it. That's how hula rolls. And in the spirit of sharing, here's a gift for you.
Wow. 20 diamonds, that's a nice gift.
That's pretty nice. So thank you so much to us, the monster handler.
You're
Be
welcome.
sure to log in for the remainder of Summer Song to claim this nice little prize. Perhaps it'll help you towards some of the promotions that we're just about to highlight. Okay, collected. Let's take a look here. As we've already discussed, adult Scaratar available to ascend during the month of August using zapped eggs and keys. Wait a minute. New Colossal Conundrum, Earth Island. Let's take a look at this. Have you heard? Oh my gosh, okay, there's a preview here. So, something that I'm excited about in version 3.9.4. It took a little bit of a snooze in the past couple of versions, but it's back. The Colossal Conundrum button is now available once again in the activities menu. Take a look on it there, and it will direct me, of course, to grab it from the structures menu. So let's crack open, take a look, grab it. Here it is, the broken down Colossi by, and there it is, it's hiding. Where should I put it? Where should I put it? Where should I put it?
Let's put it front and center.
I agree, Ali. I think that's a great place for it. We'll plop it down there. Oh, my first piece is ready to be collected. Here we go. 32 days. We know the drill at this point, right? This is our 5th. Now, some of you may have seen in the update notes for version 3.9.4 that this is our last Colossal Conundrum in brackets for now.
For now.
Yes. Listen, Ben. There are other Colossals out there. We know that there are. They're the ones that inhabit Fire Haven, Celestial Island, Ethereal Island, Sugarbush Island. There's more in the future. But to round out anniversary year nice and cleanly, we wanted to call back to these first 5 classic islands, the natural islands, and take a look there. So we'll collect our first piece. Oh, very nice, very nice. And what's it going to be? Oh, quite a hefty amount of coins. Isn't that nice? Okay, so I can collect the next piece in a little bit. Other thing, of course, that if you watched today's Story in the Stars trailer, you got a sneak peek of was what the Earth Colossal looks like when its Colossi and Conundrum have been completed. Now, this, for those of you who say, something about this seems familiar, you might be thinking to yourself, oh, where else on our YouTube channel might we see a similar large red glowing eye open up? The clue is actually in the video itself, and it's which monster gets disturbed by the rumbling awakening of the Colossal.
It gave it a good spook.
Yes, it definitely startled it a little bit. Now, of course, for those Colossi that have already been placed and that are have been restored on the other 4 natural islands, when you open its info menu, you can learn a little bit more about the relationship that Colossal has with its Celestial. Now, at the end of each of those descriptions, there's a little call to action, there's a little asterisk that says return later in anniversary year to help uncover the name of this Colossal. I wonder, you know, time's running out. I wonder when, you know, could it possibly be as part of the big finale of our anniversary year-long campaign? I don't know.
Who knows?
Well, you'll have to check in at the end of this particular conundrum, at the end of the Earth Island Conundrum. Okay, so now that that's placed, we'll return to our mailbox and we'll see what else is going on. Okay, we've got Hoop the Hoop, Rare Hula, Epic Hula, available to buy or breed. This is great.
Yes.
Of course, these monsters have been available during separate availability windows during this event, but now is the first time that Epic Hula has set aside its games. No more secret shows. It's come right out in the open and says, okay, I'm finally available for an extended period of time to collect and be added to your island. So you may notice that I've already taken advantage of this particular promotion, and I have an Epic Hula egg ready to be placed. Here we go. I've hatched it. I'm going to set it right beside its rare cousin here. I'll worry about feeding up my Epic Hula a little bit later. Let's return. What other promotions are running right now? Ooh, what's this? The Soak Up the Sun promotion. Earth Island rares and epics available to buy or breed in the market on their respective islands.
Nice.
Very cool. This is a number of monsters, and a reminder, of course, it's not just on Earth Island, but it's on all islands where those monsters appear. Very, very cool. This is another really exciting new change that is coupled with the 3.9.4 update. Our Lucky Star promotions have received a huge shot in the arm. Taking a look at this, what was previously 20% off that month's Celestial is now 60% off, more than half off of that Celestial.
That's a pretty good sale, if you
It's
ask
an
me.
excellent sale. I totally agree, and hopefully this will allow more members of our handler helper community to, on a monthly basis, participate in getting those Celestials added to their Celestial Island. Since we've lavished all this attention on the Celestials with Celestial Ascension, we want to make sure that this is a feature that's within reach of more players. So this hefty 60% off sale is the new norm moving forward. So I'm very excited about that. So what was previously marked down to 80 diamonds is now only 40. And of course, when you place a dormant Celestial in its petrified form on Celestial Island for the first time, you receive quite a generous diamond reward as well. So you're going to be making some of those diamonds back immediately. Basically, and I'm looking at the community right now. I'm going to take my glasses down for a second. There's no excuse. There's no excuse now. You gotta get Celestial Island. It's so
Get 'em
cool.
now.
There you go. Thank you, Ben, for joining me in
Zoom, enhance.
Exactly. We're also coming to the end of our July set of the featured vessels on Amber Island. The Quintessence, Boscus, Repetillo, Incisor, Tuskegee, and Glowl, your rerun winner. We just had our most recent rerun poll vote on YouTube. We know which one is the winner, and so you'll have to check in next week for the launch of our August vessel set. So last chance on that, and of course, it's the end of Summer Song. We have to roll out all of the exciting currency sales, up to 100% more in packs of diamonds, coins, treats, and keys. Scaling sale for diamonds, coins, and treats, meaning that the more you get, the better the value. You can't go wrong. And like I mentioned before, the Fandemonium limited quests are only available for a small amount of time remaining. Doesn't come out very often, so get these fun and awesome costumes while you can. Like I mentioned before, I have taken advantage of it and recreated the set here of my Seeing Monsters Fandemonium, which aired in March and April 2021. I can't believe it's been that long already, but here on Earth Island. I also like setting it up on Earth Island as well, because it's an island where all three of these monsters can hang out together, right? So, taking a look around, you might be wondering, okay, well that's a pretty exciting conclusion to Summer Song, but what other sales and special offers and promotions might I be looking forward to tomorrow, when even more sales load in for the big finale of Summer Song? Well, I don't have any of that information on hand per se, but perhaps we'll just sort of float around the island and take a look here at some conspicuous elements.
Sure.
You may notice that there's kind of a blank space here. You know, I've got my Stew Orb Wordo here, of course, because I have a close relationship with Stew Orb. But you may notice I'm missing my Talker. But you know, Wordos are expensive. They cost a lot of relics in the market. I sure wish that there was an opportunity on Earth Island specifically to get the partner for my Stew Orb here, so that they can do the Earthquake together. But who knows? Maybe it will never be. Hard to say. Who knows? You may notice as well. I've also got some torches lit here Oh, but you know, it's so tedious having to light them every day
Yeah.
or having to wait for my friends. You know what would be really cool is if I could permanently light them. But again, but you take a look at it, the cost is so expensive.
It
100
is.
diamonds. Oh my goodness.
goodness.
You know what would be so wonderful as if that was discounted in the near future. Wouldn't that be really nice as well? And then again here, taking a look, you know, I've got my Stonix castle here. In its base form, that's nice. I certainly would love to have, you know, polished and carved, upgraded forms of this castle as well. But look at that cost at 320 diamonds.
Yeah.
Yikes! You know, maybe I never will. Maybe my dream will go unfulfilled. I don't know. So anyway, just some color commentary about my particular.
Never
Earth.
say never.
Exactly. You know, I can hope and I can
Yeah.
dream. Maybe
We're hoping.
we'll turn over a new leaf and help to shepherd in some of these much requested sales for the end of Summer Song. Okay. As we approach the end of our 3.9.4 showcase, I want to invite everybody who hasn't downloaded the update already to go and check it out. Lots of exciting things going on. I want to thank Monster Handlers Ali and Ben for joining me as we went through some of these features today. And also, let us know in the comments on this video if this style of video is one you'd like to see more of in the future, where we do a deeper dive into the update and we poke around and stuff and we show you what's new and we take a look and we provide some backstory and commentary on why we did certain things the way that we did. So just, you know, like, let us know.
Let us know.
And then with respect to Bookworm, of course, because it made quite a conspicuous appearance in the Story in the Stars video, I'm really excited that the Skyship has made a return.
Yeah.
This is very, very cool, and it kind of fits perfectly with Bookworm's vibe of the Miss Frizzle kind of vibe that you were describing earlier. It's now more of like a sky bus,
Yeah.
less of a ship, more of a bus.
Yes.
But you know, we saw it jet off there at the end of the. You know, clearly it's got somewhere to be.
Yeah.
But where could that
But
be?
where could that be? We know that its seasonal event is Mind Boggle. Mind. Brains. Are there any islands that include any of that kind of imagery that would be a perfect setting for such a seasonal island? I can't think of any off the top of my
I can't
head.
either.
Off the top of my brain. But something also tells me that you won't have very long to wait as well for the launch of our final new seasonal event during anniversary year. I can't believe that we have blasted through all of them. Where has the time gone?
Yeah.
You know,
This
Beat
year's
Hereafter, Crescendo
fast.
Moon, Clover Spell, the list goes on. So many new and exciting lore connections, so many new and beautiful island skins to enjoy and apply and potentially own. It's a very exciting time to be a My Singing Monsters fan.
It is.
It is. Yeah.
So, with that announcement that you won't have long to wait, some of you might be wondering when the actual next episode of My Singing Monsters Live is. I guess you'll have to stay tuned to social media to find out, because I'm sure that information is going to be relayed at some point in the near future. I mean, it's got to happen before anniversary month, right?
Yeah.
So I guess you'll just all have to wait and see. Thank you so much for joining us on this special 3.9.4 showcase. We are your Monster Handlers. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you
Of
again
course.
very soon. And until next time,
Happy
monstering!